con Leche, la voz de los latinos en América. Estamos transmitiendo desde hermosa 1470 AM, 96.9 FM. Les habla Lilia Galindo. Me acompaña Thomas Elias el día de hoy. Gracias por estar con nosotros. Good morning, Tom. How are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you today, Lilia?
I am doing
I'm
fine
pretty
too.
cheerful. My granddaughter's coming in for a visit later today.
Oh, you are so
So,
lucky. I'm so glad for you.
no, that's not.
Okay.
Anyway, so let's talk today a little bit about Dianne Feinstein, who is the oldest member of the U.S. Senate. She's 89 years old, and she is not quite as mentally sharp as she used to be. Unfortunately, I've always loved Dianne. Dianne and I have been friends for a long time. I first met her when she was mayor of San Francisco in the 1980s. But um, she's sometimes it's a little bit disoriented. And for the last month, she's been confined to her house in San Francisco rather than being in Washington doing the job. And so now there are people that are saying that she needs to resign right away and let Newsom, the governor, appoint a new senator. And the reason they're giving is because she's been confined to her house uh, because she has um, she has an illness and an illness that's more severe for the elderly than it is for younger people. Um, and so um, what what's happening is that she serves on the Senate Judiciary Committee, and anybody that the president assigns to be appoints to be a judge has to be approved by this committee before their name goes to the full Senate for approval by the full Senate to become a judge. And but the Democrats have a very small majority in the Senate, and as a result, on a committee like Judiciary, they only have one more vote than the Republicans. And so the fact that Dianne is not there is holding up a bunch of judicial appointments.
Okay, let me translate that, because otherwise
Okay.
I'm not going to be able. Okay, estamos hablando el día de hoy de la senadora Dianne Feinstein. Ella ya tiene 89 años de edad y ella fue alcalde de la ciudad de San Francisco en el año de 1980. Ella está tiene, ay, ok, tiene, eh, ella está en la Casa de Representantes, no, en el Congreso es miembro del Comité Judicial. Dice, y esto se trata de un comité que está encargado de aprobar los jueces. Dice, así es que en este momento ella está en su casa porque tiene una enfermedad que es bastante severa, principalmente para las personas mayores, y entonces por esa razón no puede ya estar. Se le está pidiendo que renuncie para que el gobernador Newsom pueda poner a alguien más en su lugar. Y obviamente ahorita en el comité que aprueba los jueces hay una mayoría, hay una mayoría de solo un voto de diferencia del Partido Demócrata. Entonces, como ella no está, pues ahorita no están pasando los jueces. Ella ya tiene más de un mes que no ha ido a cumplir sus funciones en Washington, D.C. y le están pidiendo que renuncie. Now you can continue, please.
Yeah, okay, gladly. So the problem with the illness that Feinstein has, which is shingles, is that nobody knows how long it's going to last. And she says as soon as she's over it, she's going back to Washington to serve. Well, that's not good enough for a lot of people. And so Dianne is trying to accommodate them right now. She's asked Chuck Schumer, the majority leader of the Senate, to appoint a substitute for her to the Judiciary Committee temporarily, as long as she's out ill. And we don't know yet if Schumer's going to do that, but that would be one way to get around the her absence and get these appointments to the floor of the Senate where they can be voted on. Now, the people that see Diane in this predicament are saying that she has to go because she's too old and senile to be a U.S. senator. To me, that sounds completely ageist and sexist. Nobody ever said that about Strom Thurmond, who was a senator until he was 97 and was crazy most of the last 10 years of his life, and incoherent most of that time. He could barely walk. And nobody suggested that he stepped down. And so the contrast is very stark. And that's pure sexism. The other thing is that if Diane steps down and Governor Newsom appoints a new senator to that post, the chances are, since he's under a great deal of pressure to appoint black women to jobs, and he did not appoint a black woman the last time he appointed a senator, which was when he replaced Kamala Harris with Alex Padilla a few years ago. And so the chances are he will appoint Barbara Lee to that job, the congresswoman from Oakland, who is a black woman. And I'll let you go from there.
Ok. Bueno, la enfermedad que tiene la senadora Feinstein es la culebrilla, dice, y esa no se sabe exactamente cuándo se va a curar. Lo que ella le ha pedido al senador Schumer, Chuck Schumer, es que nombre un sustituto por ella mientras que ella no puede estar en presencia de esto. El problema es que con este tipo de enfermedad en personas de edad avanzada, pues no se sabe exactamente cuándo se va a resolver. Entonces, para cubrir su ausencia se pide que se nombre a una persona. Dice, pero a mí me parece que este comentario de que ya se retire porque tiene 89 años es sexista y también en contra de la edad, porque dice, hubo un senador que tenía 97 años, en los últimos 10 años él ya no era incapaz de desarrollar sus funciones como se debía, tenía hasta problemas para caminar, para expresarse, pero nadie dijo que se retirara y ahora a ella están pidiendo su retiro. Y el problema es que si se retira y el gobernador Newsom tiene que poner a alguien para reemplazarla, pues va a tener hay muchísima presión para que sea una mujer negra la que reemplace a ella. Y dice, porque en el pasado Kamala Harris fue reemplazada por Becerra y no por otra persona negra. Entonces hay muchísima presión y es posible que el gobernador tenga que apuntar a Barbara Lee de Oakland, que es una mujer negra. Okay, now we can continue.
Okay. So if he appoints Barbara Lee, this has major implications for the politics in California next year, when we're going to be electing a replacement for Dianne Feinstein anyway. Feinstein has said that she's going to step down after the end of her term, which comes at the end of 2024. And so if Barbara Lee gets that job, she is right now one of three major Democrats who have announced their candidacy for that Senate seat. The others are Adam Schiff, the congressman from Pasadena and Burbank, and also Katie Porter, congresswoman from Irvine and Tustin in Orange County. And of the three, Barbara Lee has the most trouble raising money. But if she's actually a senator, all of a sudden things will change for her. She'll have plenty of money. People will be donating money to her hand over fist because they'll want to influence her votes in the Senate. And so that could totally reshape the race for the Senate next year and really favor whoever Newsom would appoint to that job would be the favorite in the race next year. And so Feinstein is really trying to make sure that we don't have that kind of an influence on the Senate race next year, that it just be a seat that comes vacant and we elect somebody new, but no one person is going to be sitting in that job and almost automatically getting reelected in this big Democratic state. So there's a lot at stake here in these calls for Feinstein to resign. And there are a lot of agendas that are not being spoken about openly.
Bueno, entonces el problema con Dianne Feinstein, ella no se quiere retirar ahorita porque cree que le va a dar la posibilidad al gobernador de influir en la elección y ella quiere retirarse. Ella ya dijo que se va a retirar al final de su término, que es a finales de 2024, para dar la posibilidad a la elección. Hay varias candidatas, bueno, una es Barbara Lee, Adam Schiff también, y Kathy es otra senadora que ha estado congresista que ha estado muy activa y están interesadas en obtener esa posición. Sin embargo, la persona que el gobernador apunte, si la senadora Feinstein se retira antes de tiempo, va a tener muchísimo apoyo, muchísimo dinero. Dice, por ejemplo, si él pone a Barbara Lee, ella va a recibir muchísimo apoyo, muchísimo dinero para su campaña. Y lo que la senadora Feinstein quiere es que no se influya en quién va a ser el senador. Which candidate do you like to occupy this position?
Personally, I favor Adam Schiff. He would be my choice because I think that he did such a great job on running the two impeachments against Donald Trump while Trump was president. And that's what made Schiff famous and makes Republicans hate him so much. I think that would be ideal. But any of the three would be a capable senator. There's no question about that. What I don't like about the push for a black woman is that there's a sense of entitlement there. We see black women. A lot of black women are saying that there's no black woman in the Senate now.
Tom,
hasn't been since Kamala Harris.
I'm sorry, I have to go.
They're entitled to somebody. Nobody's entitled to that just because of their ethnicity. Okay.
Okay, nos tenemos que ir, pero él prefiere a uno de los senadores que sería el favorito, Adam Schiff. Thank you so much. Hasta la vista. Bye bye.